Hello everyone and welcome back to Breaklight Productions. My name is Curtis Lambert and today we're reacting to a band that you suggested and they're called 510 or 510 or 510, who knows how it's said. But we've got two music videos of theirs, both of which were specifically mentioned by you lovely viewers. So we are starting with The Last Supper, which sounds metal as fuck. I have no idea what genre this is or what this band is about, so let's just jump on into it.
Do you want to continue?
Nice blue light in there. That was a cool effect. So, okay. There's two ways. Ooh, really interesting pause there. So there's two ways they could have done that. Obviously, you could, if you're using a real TV, you could just have, like, a green, screen that just has it on it and then switch it to blue or whatever's needed. And that's as simple as, just taking those images, putting them on a DVD, putting them like on a USB, plugging it into the TV, bim bam boom. Or what you could also do is it's actually just a LED light or something that you've got in the TV or in front of the TV that you're then switching that color on. Typically with a lot of like professional movies, how they'll get the TV effect is they'll actually build it, and I've done this myself, where you're taking the glass of the TV, because that's essentially all a TV is. It's just, the front is just glass. So you take that and you put an actual like LED panel inside the TV, and that's going to shine through that glass and give a really realistic sort of light to your characters that really does look like it's a TV, but obviously it's not. So if you ever see a broken TV down at like your local dump or a second-hand store, whatever, buy it, because very useful prop. Now here what they've done is you can actually see, now that we've got it paused, that this isn't perfectly fitting. You can see that they've basically just composited this on top of the TV screen. And again, for such a split-second shot, that doesn't really matter. It's just obviously it's obvious when you like have it paused. Cool crane down shot. Looked like he was starting to laugh in one of those angles. Ah, hell yeah. Nice little focus pulls there. Loving this music so far. Subtle push in. Lots of symmetry on the vocalist in these shots. I really like that. It's a really useful tool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, see? The usefulness of symmetry. So it is so easy to get, as we just saw, those quick little match cuts that were just in there when you're relying on symmetry, because then you just have the camera exactly in the middle. You'll probably even be able to turn the grid on your camera screen, and you're just like, okay, so long as the vocalist is lined up with that middle line, I know everything else is basically going to match cut perfectly. The hardest thing to do with a match cut is if you're doing things off symmetry or asymmetrical. Yeah, that's where it becomes a nightmare. But if you're doing it like this, where you've got, look at the lamps are perfectly on each side behind him, the candles are acting like this, almost like a grid in front of him, and he's just bang on in the middle with two people either side. Easiest match cuts, which... And then this is just a mirror effect that you do in post-production. Just gonna turn that down a little bit. That's a cool angle. Nice Dutch angle. Oh, another good match cut in there. And you see, this is the thing, all right? So you're seeing a lot of what I call, some people call it B-roll. Sometimes I call it stock footage, even though it isn't, but it's sort of what you would be able to pass off as like stock footage. Like you could sell that and a million productions would use it for their horror films or whatever. But what's great about it is when you have a set, so a lot of beginner music video directors or even short film creators run into an issue where on paper they've got an 8-minute short film or a 5-minute music video, and then they shoot all the key parts and they go, oh shit, this is actually way less footage or way less shots than I thought I had. What the fuck do I do? Well, this is what you do. Whenever you have a set and you've gone to the effort of setting this table and all of that, just shoot the shit out of it. Some people call getting coverage. You'll hear that a lot in the TV world. They'll say, okay, let's get coverage. And it's just basically getting the shots like this. You've taken the time of building this set. Now get all these different shots, get all these different angles, really milk that like set as much as you can before art department come in and take it all apart. Oh, good side light in there. And these shots are so like really balanced lighting. It's cool. These subtle post-production push-ins and pull-outs just adds movement to a static shot. Ooh. VFX, okay. Bit of flair. Mirror shot. Hell yeah, good solo. Oh, look at those light rays though. Uh-oh, breakdown. Oh, cool little push in. Hell yeah, edit's getting quicker. Nice. Yeah. They teased the red filter earlier on. And now fucking... Okay, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a very interesting choice. Let me see if I can find it. This. That is a fascinating choice. That's really interesting. So they're taking, I assume, photos that were taken on the day, and they're taking that and like actually putting it into the music video and just leaving a black border around it. Like, I don't hate, like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's just I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. Like, I feel like it could have been expanded to be the full screen, but at the same time it's a really interesting like choice. So like, kudos to the editor and the team for like, yeah, deciding to do that. Like, really interesting. Oh, so cool with the red filter. Nice little track back from the TV.
Sir, are you okay?
Are we okay?
That's cool. I like that. That was sick. Alright, so here we are with the second 510, 510, 510. However, it's said, the second music video that was recommended to me, Mama.
Kalau tanya ikhlas, ya pasti perlahan lah. Kita nggak ada yang tahu
Nice
kapan kita
push
sembuh.
in.
Deep down in my heart, bro, I feel sad as.
Okay, let's just very quickly talk about this and why this lighting is fucking great. So first off, there's a lot more happening here than you think there is. So we've got a front light that's probably right in front of him, if not slightly at a bit of an angle. So if where the camera is, this would be a light slightly to the right, so sort of where he's looking. And we can tell that by we're getting those glorious eye lights on him. Like, that is really beautiful. And it's relatively lighting up the front portion of his face, right? But we've then also got a sort of side light coming in here, which is this sort of more white lighting, and you can see it from sort of the lower part of the right side of his neck here going up the side of his face. This ear light, that would actually probably still be the front light, which is why it's slightly warmer and more matching the tone of this front light. But there's a very slight, yeah, edge side light here doing that. We can also see a bit of that in this whatever this is that's shining on the right hand side here. But then we've also got these really warm colored tube lights directly behind him, which you will actually see are doing two things. One, it's adding a tiny bit of, I guess what you would call a backlight or a hair light to the back of his neck here and to his clothes. But then it's also lighting up the background and separating him from it. So it's showing us the shape of the room because it's, you know, lighting up those walls and looks like there's some sort of staircase there. So it's adding dimension to the room, but it's also separating him from that background as well. So again, something as simple as this, it takes a lot of effort to get it looking like this. It's not just, oh, stick light up, boom, job done, you know.
Kadang kita tuh baru ngerasa kehilangan itu ya setelah kita sadar kalau ternyata
See,
kita
even
tuh
that.
butuh hal yang hilang itu.
Okay, again, we could see it even more directly on her. Look at how this side light that's a completely different tone to whatever this front light is. So it might not even be a light. It might just be they've got a flecky or something and they're shining a bit of that front light back to them. But then that doesn't really make sense because it wouldn't be harsher and it looks harsher.
Yang awalnya ada atau milik kita, tapi tiada.
Yeah, look
Sudah
at that.
tidak terlihat atau bukan
That's cool.
milik kita lagi.
Missing a bit of highlights on the highlights on this guy are fantastic.
Papa telepon, dia bilang kalau
And the subtle pushing with the emotion.
Rasa trauma atau kekecewaan yang dalam kali ya.
karena
Also, if you're watching this, please let me know in the comments below what they're like talking about, because I'd love to
balik
know.
kerja, aku pamit sama papa, aku izin harus kerja lagi. Tapi papa hari itu bilang kalau bisa sih jangan dulu cabut, katanya gitu, karena dia masih kangen.
Dan besok kan masih misteri, kita nggak ada yang tahu. Jadi siap nggak siap ya gue harus siap gitu.
Kemarin tuh bukan aku yang pamit, tapi papa juga sih yang menguatkan sampai sekarang. Jadi walaupun papa udah nggak ada, aku tetap ngerasa papa ada aja nemenin aku terus.
Jujur sama diri sendiri sih. Dan kalau
What an
misalnya lu
interesting
sakit,
start
rasain
to
aja.
a music video.
Padahal lu
I
tunda-tunda,
really respect it.
tetap makin
This is beautiful.
Hidup itu nggak selalu bahagia.
Not just in terms of
Pasti kita tuh ada masa sedihnya juga.
the lighting and
Karena
stuff,
aku pengen bilang makasih
but
sama papa.
the fact that they're giving these people
Dan
the chance to really talk and be emotional and vulnerable. Cool, dirty shot. Lots of haze, love to see it. What a zoom out that was. Also, quick little shout out. We're seeing some film grain and a bit of like film emulations. Like you'll see the little like squiggly white lines that are sort of reminiscent of old film cameras. Really cool lightning effects there. Oh, what a backlight shot. Good energy. Oh, these shots. Oh, yes. Alright, let's talk about it. This energy. Fucking great. And I'm not just talking about the band here. These camera movements, these cranings coming up high and then boom, down low. It feels like, you know, and maybe this is exaggerating. I don't know, you might disagree with this. But to me, it's almost like you're in a drone or something. You're just going, whoa, like all these roller coaster ups and downs, and like that's great. Like the worst thing you can do as a camera operator is make like the shots unenergetic and boring. Like this is a metal song. Give us whooshes and push-ins and pull-outs and cranes and like just go wild with it. All these Dutch angles, these rolls, beautiful lighting as well. And most of that's just natural lighting coming in here, but they've got some top lights as well by the looks of it. That's beautiful. And I'm loving the lamps. Like, again, set design. Like, the fact that they've thrown these lamps in, they've got these picture frames on the ground. Like, again, add to your world. Don't just be like, oh, we're shooting in a factory. Like, that's cool enough. Like, fine props, fine little things to really develop and shape that world. Ah, such a cool slow-mo shot. So cool. Ah, what a match cut. Nice, using the slow-mo for bits of dramatic effect, like really nice. Again, with that symmetry, fucking beautiful. Nice wraparound. You see that? Slowing it down for that dramatic effect. So good. And then hinting these underwater shots. Here we go.
Mama, sosok Rio deh. Sudah nggak ada tapi masih tetap nemenin gua sampai sekarang.
I'll just make a very quick note. Underwater shots, how to do it. So first off, there are some cameras that are waterproof, like if you think of like GoPros and that. This looks of a very good quality, so I would say it's probably not like an action camera being used. So you have two other options. One, you can get underwater housing for most cameras. And what that is, it's basically a complete like sealed case that you put your camera into, and you could still like, you could press some buttons, but in general what you get is what you get. You can't like focus it or whatever like once it's in there, so they can be relatively tricky. Another way of doing it is, and I've done this before on music video shoots, is so long as it's not too deep, you can actually use a fish tank, because you basically put the camera in the fish tank and you lower it into the water, and so long as the water doesn't get up and over the edges of the fish tank, you can have it there like watching and filming people, and it's really cool. This looks like it goes relatively deep, so I would say that they had underwater housing for it.
Tetap nemenin gua sampai sekarang.
Such cool like lightning, the rain, it's just awesome. It's so much haze.
Memang hancur, sedih, hampa, sepi karena ya kehilangan sosok belahan jiwa atau setengah jiwa, itu separuh jiwa. Menurut saya ya kehilangan seseorang yang kita cintai itu memang sangat menyedihkan, apalagi kita udah membina rumah tangga hampir 31 tahun. Selesai pemakaman saya yang lebih kehilangan dan nangis, malah anak-anak saya yang menguatkan. Kehilangan buat saya sih simpel, menerima dan ikhlas aja.
Damn. Wow. That's a music video and a half. Wow. And great work by all of the team. Like, that was great. And like, such a, like, so much effort in the lighting, in the shots, in the energy that the camera operator put into even just the performance shots. Great. That was awesome. And I love the fact that they actually took the time to allow, I assume, that the relatives of this person who's passed room to breathe and be vulnerable and talk about this, you know, awesome person that they've unfortunately lost. And it makes you feel the emotions, and you go into this being like, oh wow, like this, you know, this is a real person we're talking about. And I feel like that's something that a lot of bands and music videos and stuff don't have the guts to do. In this day and age, you are told from a marketing perspective that, oh, you have to grab your audience in the first 10 seconds, or, you know, you've lost them. You know, they're going to move on to the next video. But I love the fact that they let this breathe, because, like, there are so many songs about sad subject matters, like bands who have lost someone, or, you know, sinners who have, like, gone through a horrible time in their lives and all of this. And you watch as they, instead of, like, doing anything emotional and meaningful like this, they instead just, like, launch straight into the music video and, like, da-da-da, you know, and it's just a bunch of dancing and band shots and blah blah blah. And it's like, we're meant to be sad, but it's how, like, hard to be sad when you're just like, look at our pretty shots and it's changing, like, you know, every 5 seconds and bam 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 bam. And it's just like, come on, like, give it time to breathe. Let us feel the emotion, you know? So, yeah, great storytelling, great directing by the team behind this. Like, fucking phenomenal. So, yeah, thank you for recommending these 2 music videos for me. If there's any other music videos by 510 that I should check out, please let me know in the comments below. Please let me know in the comments what the subtitles here were talking about. Like, I would love to know the context of this music video. But yeah, otherwise I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.